Game Club.
Sorry.
Just right into the microphone. Didn't even look away. As soon as you just right into it.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I know what's wrong with me, but anyways, I can't help it. It can't be helped.
Ladies and gentlemen, each week we play a video game. We play a chapter or a segment or a timed interval of that video game.
Yes.
And then we talk about it.
Yep.
And of course, we are going through the chapters of The Wolf Among Us.
The episodes.
And we are currently, the episodes.
Yep.
I guess they're not chapters, but
There's
episode
chapters
3.
in the episodes.
It is called A Crooked Mile.
Yeah, dude.
Yes. If you want to, this is a game club. It's like a book club except for video games. If you want to play along with us, get the game. And you should already have it because you got it for free on Epic.
Epic or Xbox Games with Gold.
Yes. And you can join the Discord down below, or you can join us live in the chat at twitch.tv/StreamVoidPod.
Or on YouTube.
Or on YouTube. Yes, it's true.
Sometimes Facebook.
But Facebook doesn't want to play right now.
Yeah.
And you can play along with us and talk about the game with us.
Yes,
share your experiences and what you liked and didn't like about this particular chapter.
Exactly.
So we're still in the hotel. The episode starts. Chapter 1, we're still in the hotel.
We've just found out Ichabod was finger blasting Lily.
Yeah.
When she was glamored to look
straight up
like
finger blasting
Snow White. And we have to let Snow White know.
Yeah.
About the finger blasting by proxy.
Proxy blast.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is just, we're in the open arms and we're still blood all over the place. And we're talking to
Beauty.
Yep. Talking to Beast.
Yeah, so Beast's, he's like knew about it already. And Beast's like, Beauty's like, how did you know? He was like, I was at the Trip Trap Club and I heard them talking about it. And she's like, are you drinking? So they both have secrets.
Yes.
From each other.
Yes, there are secrets.
Yes.
Though we don't see Beast's picture on the wall of the Trip Trap like we see everyone else's.
Well, maybe he's not a regular.
Yeah. Just a binge drinker.
Yeah, maybe. So we got to go talk to Snow, and she's at the funeral for Lily.
Yeah.
Which is at the docks.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Under the bridge.
Strange. Oh, because they're trolls.
Ah, yes.
Okay, that makes sense now.
So there's going to be a sacrificial burning and some altars and some stuff like that.
And
offerings.
We find out that Holly didn't get Lily's body because Crane threw it down the well.
Yeah.
Because we told her she could go get the body.
Yeah.
But then Crane threw it down the well, which we know why now, because he was finger blasting her. And she's upset that she thinks we did it.
Yeah.
So when we get there, you can interrupt Snow. Did you interrupt Snow?
I didn't interrupt.
Wow. I thought you were being a doucher.
I completely forgot to be a doucher this entire episode.
Okay. Fair enough. So
I went back into just being me.
Yeah.
Just making the choices that I would normally make.
Exactly. So I didn't interrupt either, and I looked at the table just to see what was going on.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep Snow in the good books and just kind of like and Snow and what's her face? The people from the Trip Trap. And then I'm kind of addicted to everyone
Holly?
else. Yeah.
And Grendel?
Holly and Grendel, yeah.
Yeah. I'm being nice to everybody generally. I'm giving in the benefit of the doubt pretty much to everybody. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So we wait for her to do her thing, and then Holly sees us. She's not too happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm here to talk to Snow. I'm sorry about your sister or whatever. And we talk, whatever. I don't even remember what they say, really. Just... Well, we found some information about the dead body.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she has to go be part of the burning because she spoke. So she left. And then I get a little shotgun in the back.
Well, we talked to Narissa as well a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Just to see if we found out anything.
Oh, yeah. I just told her that, it was helpful. Thank you. I didn't tell her, like,
Ichabod
did it.
I told her it was helpful too. Yeah. And then Tweedledee and Tweedledum show up. Shotgun in the back.
Yeah. And they're like, you got to leave Crane alone. He's the crooked man wants to deal with him. So you're just going to like shut up and go sit at home for a few days and just relax, let everything pass by.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Told him to fuck off.
Yeah, I just was like, not here, whatever.
Yeah, I was also like, not here.
So
and then the shit started anyway.
Shit started anyways. So what happened for you?
I smashed D with his gun. I punched him in the gut, and his gun went flying.
Yeah.
And then I punched Dumb.
Yeah.
And then D stood back up with his gun.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, D was on the ground reaching for his gun, but Dumb was on the ground reaching for his gun after Holly jumped on him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kicked the gun out of Dumb's hand, and then everyone got blasted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everyone got blasted by me too.
Yeah, I wonder if I had gone for the other guy, if everyone's still going to get blasted.
Well, I wasn't too worried about anyone getting shot.
No, I mean, it's only a shotgun. It's not going to kill a Fable.
Yeah, especially when like it's Grendel and a troll. So
yeah, though Holly goes down really quickly.
Yeah, I was like, oh, did she actually die? But
she took a one shotgun blast, and I was like, oh,
she didn't die, thankfully. But
yeah,
I was like, oh, maybe she did take a blast that was a little too strong for her.
I thought Gren was going to be a little bit more hearty than he was in this. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
He looks like Oogie Boogie.
He does look like Oogie Boogie. Everyone kind of like just like went down really easily. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Then we have Dr. Swinehart is stitching us back up.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to take it easy.
Trying to remove all the buckshot.
Yeah. It'll come out eventually, he says. So.
Yeah.
But you got to simmer down. And I wish my doctor would tell me this. He said, you got to eat more chicken.
Well, your doctor would know that you don't have to eat more chicken.
No,
you eat all the chicken in the world.
Actually, it's been a while since I had any chicken.
Well, you've been stuck at home being sick, coughing it up.
That's true. Maybe I'll have some today.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're back at the office.
Yeah. And we're trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, and apparently, if you just have all the pieces for the magic mirror, you can just put it back together and it'll heal itself.
Yeah. Apparently it'll heal itself eventually, even if you don't have all the pieces, but...
Yeah, it'll take more time. And so Buffkin is there putting the mirror back together, and it turns out that Crane had taken one of the pieces. Well, someone had taken one of the pieces.
He thinks it's Crane because he saw him bend down and pick something up, but he didn't really know what it was. And
so we're looking through, trying to figure out where the heck Crane is.
Yeah.
And we find the key to the open arms, room 207, which is his key. And inside his desk drawer, we find a book of the artifacts from Fables, and one of the pages is torn out, the ring of something.
Something, yeah.
We don't know what it is, and we don't know who has that ring, because every artifact from Fables, from the Fable town, are assigned to somebody. Like, you know who's got what powerful artifact. Yeah. And then old Bluebeard comes walking in.
He's a bit of a doucher.
He's an extreme doucher.
So he's like, I want to be part of the investigation. It's most of my money runs Fabletown. Yeah. What are you going to do about it? Ichabod's obviously the murderer. And I'm like, is he really obviously the murderer?
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's Ichabod Crane.
I personally don't think he is, but
I don't think he is
kind
either.
of thinks he is in the game. The way he talks about things. Especially when you catch Ichabod later. Yeah. His options are like, obviously he did it, and even when you say ones that are sort of not pointing to that, he still sort of says it like he's the killer anyways. Yeah. But it's getting heated, and we have to decide. We've got a few locations we can go to investigate next. And it's like Crane's apartment,
Dee's office,
the office,
or the bar,
the Trip Trap Club.
I went to the apartment.
Oh, nice. That's the only one I didn't go to.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I went... Okay, so I'll tell you what happened in the apartment. Okay. I go up to the apartment. I'm bumming around. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, there's not much here. I find a key to something. Okay. Don't know what it is yet. And then I'm walking around some more, and I find a room that's locked. So, obviously, key. Yep. Oh, I find out that Crane has been embezzling money from the place, because I find a big stack of cash and like an apology note to Snow. And then, I was just like, oh, well, haven't had any cash.
Oh, wow.
So I pocketed it.
Crazy.
Because I was like, this might come in handy later, because there's been 2 times now where I've had needed cash and I haven't had any. Yeah. So I was like, maybe there'll be a third. Yeah. And then I go into that room, and guess who's in the room?
Someone's in the room?
Someone's in the room.
Who could possibly be in the room? Let me think here. Who could be in the room? The only person I could think is it someone we've seen?
Yeah.
The only person I could think that would be in the room would be Jack.
It's Jack.
Wow.
Jack's in the room.
Okay.
And he's heard that Crane has run off. And so he's just on his way out the window with a duffel bag.
Oh.
And so yeah, I'm like, Jack.
So he's robbing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So grab Jack. And, Jack's not letting up anything. So I'm just like, well, you're going to take a fist.
Well, you punched him?
I punched him.
Wow.
Like, boom. And he's like, oh, big beat. There's no need for that. I'm like, just give me the stuff, man.
Yeah.
So you look in the bag, and inside there are more glamours.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So we know we're looking for a witch at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
we kind of knew that already.
Yeah, we knew that.
Buffkin's overheard. Did you talk to Buffkin?
Yeah.
about
Buffkin.
it? Okay.
I think that's part of the thing. Buffkin overhears that there is a witch that he's going to go see at 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Yeah.
And so you have like a time limit to how to get there.
Yeah.
And so we go through all this stuff with Jack. He tells me that the witch's name is Auntie Greenleaf.
Oh, okay.
And this is her symbol is the stag. And so yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I was like, okay, Jack. Crane's an asshole. Just get out of here.
Did you let him take the stuff?
Yeah. But Snow comes in and she's like, what's going on in here? Who are you talking to? Oh, hey, Jack.
Yeah.
And then it's just like not a big deal.
She's just like, oh, Jack's here. Okay.
Yeah, I just start feeding Snow information and she just completely forgets about Jack.
Oh, nice.
And then I leave and then Jack's like going out the window and Snow's like, Jack, wait a second.
Exactly. So which one did you not go to?
I didn't go to Dee's office.
Oh, okay. I did go there. So
did you go there first or second?
I went there second. So I'm assuming that the trip trap was probably the same for both. Because you went there, right?
Yeah, I went there second. You went there first. So when I get there, the Woodsman's there. Grendel's there. And Holly is asleep.
In the back room.
Yeah.
Was Grendel awake?
Grendel was awake. Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably the same for both of us when you go in. And Grendel's all doped up because he's on then, but he's resisting going to sleep.
Yeah,
and
because he's like, it's going to make me real high.
The Woodsman is like, you're not supposed to mix alcohol with it.
Yeah.
And then they get into a tussle.
The Woodsman's just he's just a good guy, kind of.
Sort of. But they get in a tussle, right?
Yeah.
Did you interfere or anything?
Yeah.
I didn't. I just let them fight.
I was like, stop it.
They fought, and then they stopped fighting, and then they were yelling at each other, and I was like, what's the fucking problem around here? And then Grendel's like, yeah, he was paying Lily to have sex with her, and he did it behind our back, and blah, 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 and whatever. And he's like, I swear she didn't look like Snow.
It's like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, dude.
But when he was leaving, I got to ask a question. So I asked if he'd seen any witches or anything. And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, goodbye. And then Grendel passes out. Did you have a drink with him? Yeah. Yeah, I did too.
Because I had, when we were at the funeral, I was like, yeah, Crane's an asshole. And Grendel was like, yeah, he is. So we had a little connection there.
I didn't say
that. So
that.
I was like, Kate, let's have a drink together.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about Crane to anybody, really.
Because Grendel's a powerful ally, I think. Yeah. He just goes bananas. So I was like, I'll get Grendel on my side. And go from there.
Then you go into Holly's back room.
Yeah.
And what did you do? Did she get mad with you?
No.
No, she didn't with me either.
No, she was sleeping there. So
did you look at the wine bottles first? Or did you just, me too. And you kick it. She's like, oh, is that you, Woodsman? It's like, no, it's me, Big B. I told her I'm Big B.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing here? We're closed. You should get out of here. But you're not going to do it anyways. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed the box from under the bed and look through it, get the address book. And what did you tell her, like, why you were doing it? I said, I'm looking for Lily's killer or whatever.
I was like, I'm just looking for a killer. I didn't tell you anybody's killer. I'm just looking for the guy.
She seemed to like it. Oh, I liked it too when Grendel passed out. It said, Grendel will not remember any of this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's totally not going to remember any of that. He's so drunk.
Yeah. And then we get a call from Holly. Oh, did you get a call from Holly? Sorry, did you get a call from Snow there?
Yep.
What did she say?
Oh, I can't
or
remember.
Or did you say like, oh, we have to find someone named Auntie Greenleaf?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Because when I was there, I got a call from Snow, and she says like, hey, Bluebeard's been up in the room for a long time. You should go check it out. Or you can go check out Tweedledee and Dum's place. Which do you want to do? And I was like, I'll go check out Tweedledee and Tweedledum. But I wonder what would have happened if I went to Crane's office. Would Bluebeard still be up there, or would he be already fucked off?
I don't know.
But I went to Tweedledee and Tweedledum's office, and when I get there, there's a guy sweeping in the hallway, and he's wearing like a frog hat. He's got like shaggy hair over his eyes, and he's got a goatee, crazy goatee that sticks out like this way, kind of.
Yeah.
Like out forward. And he was a guy that used to work at the other building, was fired by Crane. His name's Flycatcher. And I'm just like, hey, I'm here to see the Dums, the Tweedles. He's like, oh, they're not here. They've been really nice to me, man. Like, they've helped me out after I got fired. And he's like, okay, well, I want to talk to him. He's like, oh, you can wait in their office. I'll let you in there. I'm going there next. And it's like, okay. So I go in, and Bigby's like, I got to look around. And he's like, oh, I guess that'd be okay. And Bigby's like, I wasn't asking. So I look around, asking. And it's kind of like, there's not much in the office to see except like on their desk there's like inboxes. So you grab the inbox note, and it's from like Tweedledee to Tweedledum, and it says like, you know that I hate dogs. Sincerely, your brother. And then you go look at the other guy's desk, and it's like, hey, I think we should get a dog. And they're like, desks are facing each other, so they're like passing each other notes. But I open a cigar box, and there's a key. So it's like, well, what's going on here? And I'm talking to Flycatcher, and he's like, yeah, they're really nice. They've helped me out. They're like you. They're like sheriff. They help people out who need help. They're like a courier. They get packages dropped off, and they deliver them. They're really good guys. And Bigby's just like, they're not good guys. They're not like me. And he's like, oh, they've really helped me out. So I go to the filing cabinet and open it up, because I'm like, let's see if there's any information about Crane here. So you go and you open it up, and there's 5 or 6 files in there that you can read.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one for Beauty. There's one for Crane. There's one for Snow. There's one for Cinderella. And another one, I can't remember who. But you read Crane's, and he owes the Crooked Man like thousands of dollars. Beauty owes lots of money too. Cinderella is missing, apparently. No one knows where she is. And then, there was one for Faith, I think was the other one. And someone had paid to break into her apartment. Same thing with Snow, to get a picture for the glamour or whatever.
Yeah.
When I'm done doing that, I sort of yell at Flycatcher. Like, again, in this game, your choices don't imply tone when you choose them.
They sure don't.
So I'm like, oh, this is the one I want to say to him. Then I start yelling at Flycatcher, and I'm like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. So I kind of made it look, he looked like he was pissed off, and then he walks out, and he's like, there's a hidden door behind this cabinet here. Like, they go in there, and I don't know, maybe something will be down there that'll help you, right? So I open it, and it's just like a dark stairway leading down, and you start going down the stairs, and the Flycatcher's standing at the top of the stairs, and I was like, oh my god, they jebaited me. He's not a frog. He's like a spider catching me in his web. Oh crap. But no, it didn't. It wasn't that way. He is like a frog. But you go down there, and then you find like there's all these packages on the walls, and I open one, and it's like a tin with all this money in it. That's Crane is paying back the Crooked Man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, do I keep the money? I was like, nope, put the money back. I'm not stealing the money. But we find out like there's a geez Louise, how did I find out about Auntie Greenleaf down there? I had in Lily's book, it had all the names. Her address book. It had initials from the Trip Trap Club. And I think I found a note or something there that said it's Auntie Greenleaf, or like this is a payment to Auntie Green. Oh no, it was Snow's hair for Auntie Greenleaf. And then they're looking in the book, and it says like all the initials, there's AG, and they're like, that's AG. But then I was like, is it actually her name, Auntie? Or is that what she's called? Because there was an MG on the other page. So I was like, are we going to go to the right place? Oh my God. But we go to the Auntie Greenleaf's to meet Snow there.
Yeah.
And you can just like knock on the door or like kick the door open or listen at the door. I just talked to the door like, hey, it's the sheriff. Let me in. Did you kick the door open?
No,
oh, okay.
I knocked.
And the little girl opens the door and she's like, hi, I'm a little girl. And I was like, that's Auntie Greenleaf.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Auntie Greenleaf.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice try.
Yeah. So we look around the apartment, check things out, whatever. Find the glamour that's locked her, made her into Auntie, like this kid or whatever. Yeah. And we break it and she didn't like that too much.
It's weird that it's not on her body.
Well, it's in her apartment. I don't know. Maybe it's proximity. Maybe it's because she made it. Like, yeah, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. But we turn her back in Auntie Greenleaf, and she's kind of standoffish. Doesn't want to.
Did you find the box to the butcher?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like in the closet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we finally like get some information like about Ichabod from her or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Snow is like, well, you're doing illegal things over here. We're going to have to burn your tree down. And that's kind of the threat that she's like, no, I don't. That's from the old world and I need it and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's how she makes her charms and her stuff.
So what did you decide to do with the...
I burnt that bitch down.
Wow, really? I did not. I just let the time run out and the game chose for me.
Snow said burn it. I burned it.
I was just like, well, she helped us out here, so I didn't really want to do it. So I just let the game... I chose like the ... when the time runs out. And Bigby kind of looked around and just left. And Snow's like, well, I kind of see where I stand with you then. I was like, oh, she didn't like that too much.
No.
She'll get over it, though. So I was like, maybe it'll be a helpful hand to have Auntie Greenleaf on my side. I don't know.
Maybe.
But we find out that Crane took the ring of... It's like the ring of, like...
Truth.
Basically, the ring of denial, and it's supposed to, like, make you tell the truth or whatever.
But it's lost its juice.
It doesn't work anymore. But he's gone to the Puddin' Pie to talk to the girls there to make them tell that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because they're all, like, under the spell of, like, my lips are sealed or whatever.
Yeah.
They can't say anything. So we show up there and Georgie Porgy's on the phone. He's like, oh, you're here to test the sample or you're here to make your bitch go to work or whatever?
He was like, oh, you're here to smash up the place again?
No, that's what he said.
I smashed it up, yeah.
So we hear Ichabod in the back room and we go in there. I didn't beat him up, though. I just grabbed him.
Yeah, me too. I was like, you're not the killer.
Yeah.
But
even at that point, Bigby was kind of like, what are you talking? Because Snow's like, I don't think he did it. And she's like, what are you, crazy? What are you talking about? I'm like, well, he didn't do it, obviously.
No, definitely didn't.
So we're like, you're under arrest. Let's get out of here. And then we push him out. And I was like, oh, it's perp walk time.
Yeah.
And then we start heading out and a car blocks the alley. And it's like, who's in this car? And then we go down the other way. And then a limo pulls up and another car pulls up. And Tweedledee and Tweedledum get out with some woman. I'm like, who's this woman? I don't know this woman. I don't recognize her. And then I was like, is that the cop woman?
Yeah, no idea who that was when she came out.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh crap, it's Bloody Mary. That's probably not good.
Yeah.
So did you kill a dumb?
I did not kill a dumb.
Yeah, me neither. We get into a big fight. We turn into the big bad wolf.
Oh yeah, fully into the big bad wolf.
Get blasted by about, I don't know, how many rounds of a shotgun?
Lots.
I don't even think they reloaded.
No, they didn't.
They were just blasting the shit out of us.
Yeah, I have and this is a smash Q to continue kind of scenario.
There was a lot of A smashing for me.
Yeah, and smashing Q on that chiclet keyboard that I'm using upstairs is extremely difficult.
I bet.
I have to like use my right hand. Just,
I have noticed playing on a controller, like you'll have like you have to put the cursor over the spot and then like press right trigger or left trigger. Yeah. It doesn't matter what trigger you press.
No,
because I'll move it over here and it'll say like press left trigger and I'll hit right trigger and it's like that's fine.
That's close enough. You got it.
Yeah. So I threw them around, beat them up a bit, but I didn't kill them.
Yeah, I know I didn't either, and I was like, I should have killed him.
I'm not a killer.
I'm trying to. Snow was right there. I didn't want to see her.
She was already like traumatized from seeing the whole thing going on with the big bad wolf. But the crooked man is there in the limo, and I was like,
you get
is he a vampire?
Get shot from Bloody Mary with a silver bullet.
Yes.
And there was a whole thing about they're talking about werewolf. No, he's a werewolf.
Yeah. And then Snow finally is like, you can take Crane. Just don't kill Bigby.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay. The crooked man kind of gives the wave. So she's like, I guess so. And but you see the crooked man, just a very small glimpse of him. I was like, is he a vampire? What's going on here?
Who is the crooked man?
Exactly.
Is it the Mad Hatter?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. He didn't look too tall. The Mad Hatter's short, but I guess anything could.
Yeah, when you glamoured up.
She had a crazy axe she was gonna chop my head off with too.
That was the woodsman's axe.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it had the same symbol on it.
Oh yeah, it did.
But that was the same symbol that they needed on the floor to open up the puzzle crystal ball thing.
Oh yeah.
Same thing. You could have just rotated it yourself.
Norse rune or something.
Yeah, something like that. And of course I'm talking about Ashoka right now.
Oh yeah, right. Yes, that's what right.
Yeah.
And we trade Ichabod for Bigby, basically.
Yeah.
I think they were gonna take him Ichabod anyways, so Snow's like, all right, take this motherfucker and get out of here.
Get out of here. Leave Bigby alone.
Exactly. Pretty interesting chapter.
Yep.
Not as cliffhangery as the other ones.
We learn a little bit, but not anything crazy.
Yeah. But you sort of see some of the different changes in the characters where they're sort of changing the way they interact with Bigby.
Yeah.
Like Holly was she was drugged up, but she was nicer to Bigby.
When drugged up.
Grendel was nicer.
Yeah.
Georgie Porgy's still a doucher.
Yeah.
But, met the flycatcher. I didn't see Jack. But the one thing I saw, like in the preview for episode 2 in the preview for episode 3 after episode 2, it showed Bluebeard, but he was sitting at Ichabod's desk.
Yeah, with his feet on the desk.
Yeah, which we didn't see.
Sure didn't.
So is that in another episode coming up, or what's the deal?
I don't know. Maybe we didn't make the right choices to get him there.
Well, I thought it was like it shows you what's coming up based off of what you did, not what.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
Because all the other ones that happened preview, like it showed Beast and me fighting in the hallway and stuff like that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, so, that whole thing with Bluebeard, I noticed that right away. I was like, oh.
Because I thought he was going to be like on the boss,
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought that was going to be like a major plot point.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. There's only 2 left, so it's almost over.
Almost over, and then we'll have to decide what we're playing next.
Mm-hmm.
Have we already decided?
Starfield. No, just kidding.
We haven't decided yet.
Exactly. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I'm still loving it. Oh, except for whatever reason, one of the achievements didn't unlock. So it's like I did chapter 1 of episode 3, and it didn't give me chapter 2 of episode 3. I got every other chapter of episode 3 except part 2.
Oh, rough. So now you got to go back and play it.
I know. It was very weird.
How do you...
I don't know, man.
How it works, man.
I don't know. I was looking through them, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's weird.
So, it sucks, but whatever. It's not like it takes... Oh, and the one thing is that I played through the whole thing at the Trip Trap Club, and it got to the end, and Snow called me, and it went to the loading screen, and it just froze. It was not loading. The music was playing, but the little thing wasn't turning.
Yeah.
So I waited like 30 seconds, and I had to I have to exit the game, and I had to redo the whole Trip Trap section again. So I just chose the exact same things again just to see the same story. But then when it got to the end, it was instantly into the next section.
Weird.
Like a millisecond loading time.
Crazy.
Sucked.
Huh.
Anyways.
Yes.
Whatever. That's the first. Maybe that's why I didn't get the achievement.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Anyways.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to bring us into this podcast and this segment of the podcast and the podcast in general. Like I said at the beginning of the start of the segment, the beginning of the start, you can join the Discord down below and you can play along with us We usually try and pick games that we're giving away for free on Epic or are on Game Pass, so it's not a huge monetary investment on your part.
Or if it's something we really want to play.
Yeah, or if it's something
we gotta buy
want to play. Then you gotta buy it.
Yeah, you just have to suck it up and pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also suck it up and pay patreon.com/StreamVoidPod.
Yeah,
You know, if you're liking what you're listening to and you want to help
Sure.
support this podcast, that's
Do
the
that.
best way and the only way to do it, really. With your hard-earned dollar dues, anyway.
Or just like and comment and subscribe, tell a friend, and
Yeah, the old tell a friend.
stroke my ego.
Do it. All right, we will see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye.
Bye.